What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we're going to go over the $2,000 per month retroactive stimulus package. What's going on with that? What are the details of that? And why it's likely that we're going to receive that later on this year. But first, if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check update news. It's very likely that the second stimulus check package is going to be passed this week, and you don't want to miss out on all that information coming out. My wife and I spend hours doing research every single day so we can bring you all the up-to-date information about the second stimulus check in short videos. So make sure you subscribe, and also if you can, hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out my channel. Okay, the number one most commented thing that I have gotten from you guys, literally thousands and thousands of comments across my different videos, is about the $2,000 per month stimulus proposal, that you guys think that is the one you guys want the most. Thousands of people have told me about it, and lots of you guys have been asking about an update on that. We're going to go over that, and we're also going to go on why it's very likely that we might receive this later on in the year. So first of all, we have had multiple different stimulus proposals that were for $2,000 per month. But one of them has had the most traction and the most support and the highest likelihood of being passed in the future. And that was a bill called the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. And that was proposed mostly by Kamala Harris and Andrew Yang. And Kamala Harris is a very important person for a specific reason, which we're going to go over in a minute. And her support of this package is why it's so likely that it might be passed in the future. In this bill, it would give $2,000 a month to anyone earning up to $120,000 per year. And the monthly payments would phase out or start to become lower with people making over $100,000 per year. So couples would receive $4,000 because of two individuals, and you would receive $2,000 for each dependent with a maximum of 3 dependents. This legislation would be retroactive back to the beginning of the pandemic, which is March 2020, meaning you would receive $2,000 per month for the previous months going all the way back to March, which is when this was officially declared a pandemic. And these payments would last until 3 months until after the pandemic is over. Now, the reason this bill didn't get passed is because basically Democrats are for this and Republicans are against this. And because the Republicans are in control of the Senate, they can't pass a bill like this. Well, there's two very important things that actually might make this change and might make it very possible for us to receive $2,000 a month until this pandemic is over. Now, the first reason for this is that in about 3 months, we go up for election, but not only for the president, also for the House of Representatives and the Senate. And if you see here, the Republican Party in the Senate has 53 members. The Democratic Party has 45 members, and there's 2 members that are considered independent and can vote either way. But in the polls, the Democrats are leading across the country in many different areas. And if the Democrats can win 5 seats in the Senate, they would take over the majority of the Senate. 5 seats subtracted from Republicans would be only 48 members there. And if they went to Democrat, there would now be 50 Democrats in the Senate. And that would give the Democratic Party control of both the House and the Senate. Now, I personally think it's better in the long run to have one of both parties controlling either the House or the Senate. So the way it is right now, the Republicans control the Senate and the Democrats control the House. I personally think that's pretty much the best way. This way, there's not one party just passing whatever bills they want, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans. I personally think it's better for them to have to negotiate on most issues. The only downfall of that is that how long they take to negotiate on some issues. Sometimes they can pass bills fast, like the first stimulus package and some of the other stimulus packages in the middle there that didn't include a check but were passed pretty quickly. But if one party controls both the House and the Senate, they can basically pass whatever type of bills they want within reason, and they can pass them pretty quickly. What this means is that the $2,000 per month that is from the Democratic Party, if they win only 5 seats, that makes it much, much more likely that we could actually see this $2,000 per month pass. The second reason is Kamala Harris. Remember, I told you that she's actually a very important person, a lot more important than your average everyday Senate or House member. And the reason for this is she is the most likely candidate to be the vice president for presidential nominee Joe Biden from the Democratic Party. And if she becomes the vice president of the United States, her bill for $2,000 a month literally becomes 10 times more likely overnight. And if Kamala Harris does become vice president, that means we have a Democratic president in Joe Biden. And if they can also win just 5 seats in the Senate, the Democratic Party would literally have control over everything. And the number one bill that the Democrats have been wanting to pass, but they can't, is $2,000 per month to support people in this once in 100 years pandemic so that people have money for food and rent just to survive just during this small time period. You know, when we look back at this, and it takes maybe a year, year and a half to get through this, when we look back at that over the course of 100 years, it doesn't seem like a long time to support the people. It's not like they're asking to support, Americans and give them $2,000 a month forever. It's just during this pandemic, which has had up to 40 million people at one time alone unemployed. And in total, we've had over 60 million people unemployed at one point or another because of this pandemic, because people literally can't go to work because the government forced the country to shut down, and then businesses went out of business. And then when we tried to reopen back up, we've seen record cases across the United States with over 75,000 new cases per day that has prevented this country from opening back up. If we can't open back up and the virus keeps spreading, that makes it more and more likely to see a bill like this $2,000 per month passed towards the end of the year after the elections if the Democrats can win any type of control either via the presidency or the Senate. Now, the last time we had a pandemic of this magnitude was the Spanish flu of 1918. That lasted about 2 years. Now, we all hope that this virus doesn't last 2 years, but as we get into the second half of this year, it seems like there's no end in sight, at least right now. The virus is spreading. There's over 75,000 new cases on some days, and it's not going away anytime soon. Now, one more reason that we could see this pass towards the end of the year is that other countries across the world have passed way more stimulus than the United States has in terms of how much money they gave to their actual citizens. We had a $1,200 stimulus check passed months ago, but since then we haven't received any more stimulus. In Canada, they're giving their citizens $2,000 every single month because of the pandemic. And that's the exact same proposal from Kamala Harris. Now, Canada is already doing this. This is already happening. They're already getting $2,000 per month. So the United States could clearly do the same, especially because we claim to be the richest country in the world. Now, I don't think the stimulus package that's probably coming this week, that will probably be passed this week, won't be for $2,000 a month. That's probably going to be $1,200, another check of $1,200, or possibly as high as $2,000, but a one-time payment. So I don't think we're going to see $2,000 a month passed this week. But as I said, if the Democrats can win either the Senate or the presidency, it becomes a lot more likely that we will see the $2,000 per month at the end of this year. So, do you think we should receive $2,000 a month until this pandemic ends? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you can, hit the like button for me down below and make sure you're subscribed. We're going to have lots of new news coming out about the second stimulus check in the next coming days. So make sure you're subscribed. You can click the bell icon if you want to get notifications as soon as I upload a video so you don't miss out on this very important news that is going to come out this week. And this top video is my most recent stimulus check video, and this bottom video is about why we may receive bigger stimulus checks coming out this week. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon. Thanks guys, and I will see you in the next video.